Hi there, I'm Nikita and welcome to another video on my channel. In this video, I will share with you in detail the most essentials you should bring to Germany when you're coming to Germany for the first time, especially as a student. Now, in this video, anything and everything that I will share is from a subjective point of view, so you might not really share that opinion, but if you do share, then I think we are on the same page and you can go ahead with your packing if you were planning to come to Germany sooner or later. And if you don't share that opinion, then please let me know in the comments section below, because I would like to know what other point of views other people have about it. I recently made a video where I spoke about pack with me, so the items that you should have in your luggage when you're coming to Germany as a student. And I realized that in that video I just shared with you the items you should bring, and I did not share with you the details why you should bring certain items and why not. So I decided to make this video where I prepared a list and then I categorized this list into categories: bedroom essentials, bathroom essentials like toiletries and stuff, study essentials, and so on. In this video, I will share with you the bedroom most essentials that I believe should definitely be brought from your country to Germany, especially if you're coming from a country like India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan, where the currency conversion is really like €1 is 85 rupees and so on, and anything that you buy in Germany is costing you 85 times more in your own currency, and from other countries it might be even worse. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. I hope that I could with this video help you a little bit with your packing. The very first thing now, by the way, during this video you might see me looking down again and again, but this is not because that I have a script, but because I have a list made here. So I put it right below my camera so that I can read it and not lose track of the content of the list I made. The very first thing I believe that you should definitely bring from India is a pair of bed sheets, so 2 bed sheets. If you are living in an apartment where you know that you will be sharing your apartment or sharing your room, then it's better that you ask your roommate or your apartment mate or apartment person to tell you before what's the size of your bed. So it's a single bed, double bed, or like kind of somewhere in the middle, so that you know which dimensions you should buy the bed sheets in. And if you're not going to live in a shared apartment and you know you have a single apartment, then it would be recommended from my side. It would be recommendable from my side. I got confused now. So I would recommend that you write to the person who's renting you the apartment, or via whoever you got the apartment, to just tell you the dimensions of the mattress so that you can buy the bed sheet of that dimensions or in that dimension. The reason why I highly recommend to bring bed sheets already from India is, one, Indian bed sheets are prettier, way too prettier than the bed sheets you actually, or the mattress cover you actually get to see in Germany or get to buy in Germany. And they are pretty much cheaper in India than in Germany. And third thing is, I personally, I don't know why, but I personally never ever got to see a bed sheet, a proper bed sheet in Germany. So there are 2 things that you can put on your mattress. One is a mattress cover, which has those elastics on 4 sides, and you can put it on the mattress so that your mattress is covered. And that's what I call a mattress cover. Bed sheet is that piece of cloth, a sheet that you just put on your bed, which you can later on put below your mattress if it's slightly bigger. And there are differences to that, is that in Germany I've always seen mattress covers, and I wouldn't really say never, but I cannot remember right now, so I would say rarely seen bed sheets. It could be that I have always been in wrong shops, so tiny shops in tiny towns, but I really never got to see any bed sheets. I recently wanted to buy bed sheets for our daughter's bed, and since I personally never saw one, I went to an online shop and it was a German shop, so it had blah blah blah.de. And when I checked the prices, they were ridiculously expensive. I can say, okay, they were bed sheets with flower prints and dinosaur prints, but even the bed sheets that were plain, like just a leaf made up on them or drawn on them or printed on them, they were costing for a kid's bed around 35 to 40 euros. And I was honestly shocked to see that price, because I personally never bought in India bed sheet for double bed, which is 40 to 45 euros, a plain one. Of course you can buy, there are expensive brands in India that you can buy, but I did not buy, and I think for a student it's not necessary. So coming back to the point, if you are planning to make a list for your bedroom and the things that you have to buy for your bedroom, please buy 2 bed sheets already, so that one can be washed, and one, when is dirty, you can switch it with the other one, and you bring it already from India, because one, the cotton is really good quality. Second, you really get a really nice variety of pretty and colorful bed sheets in India. And 3, you need them because even if you get to have them here, it will be expensive. So to just make sure that it's not too pricey, it's good quality, and you are just going with prepared bed in your mind and in your luggage, you just buy 2 pairs of bed sheets already before you go to India. Second thing that you should have, which I think is a 50-50, you can decide the other way around, is that you should also have a pillow cover with you. And exactly like the bed sheets, 2 pillow covers you should carry with you. The problem is that when you have already a pillow cover from India, which actually if comes with the bed sheet, you have to buy a pillow, which you can, they're not so expensive in Germany, from Germany. Don't just bring a pillow with you, even though if it's squeezed and all the air is out and it's just like this tiny. I wouldn't really recommend bringing pillows, but I would recommend you have pillow covers already from India, and you just can do one thing, that you can research the size of the pillow cover that you have with you, whether Germany or any shops in Germany or in the town where you're living, or in IKEA, whatever IKEA you have around you, whether that dimension of pillows, whether the pillows of that dimension from your pillow cover are available to be bought in Germany, and what is the price of them. If they are extremely expensive and you think like, okay, I don't want to pay for like 20 bucks for a pillow, then you can probably go with already traveling with a pillow, squeezed air, newly bought from India. But if you are like, okay, no, I can imagine paying 20 euros like in one go, and this pillow will stay with me for the next couple of years, then you can also buy pillows here. But if you're bringing pillow covers from India, which is actually also a good idea, because it's not much of a worry, hassle, and when you come to Germany, you know, okay, I just need to now buy a pillow, the bed sheets are there and the pillow cover is there, then you just make sure that the dimensions is suiting the dimensions that you can buy pillows in Germany. The third thing, so basically bed sheets and pillow covers belong together. The second thing is a blanket. I would not recommend you to bring a huge blanket with you when you're coming to Germany, for 2 reasons. That Germany's cold weather is different to the cold that you have experienced in India. Now, if you're coming from North India, then there are certain regions where it gets actually relatively cold in the night, but it never gets this cold that you are freezing in Germany. So what I mean is that even if it's -10 or -20 outside in Germany, inside everything is heated. So you basically don't really know what is the room temperature exactly going to be when you are in Germany and when it's cold here. And above that, even in summers, sometimes you need blankets, because in Germany you don't really have really strong summers for a period of like 6 weeks in a row. There's always summers, then it gets cloudy, then it rains, then it's summer, then again cloudy, and then so on. So you will always need a blanket with you. And another reason why you shouldn't bring a blanket, because it's just huge. So when you're packing a blanket, it consumes a lot of space. No matter how tiny you make it, it will consume a lot of space in your luggage, and you will lose this space for just a blanket, which you can actually buy in Germany. And in IKEA in Germany, that's the third reason, blankets are relatively cheap. You can buy a very decent, nice, thick, not like very thick, not very thin, a blanket in which you can survive winters in around 15 euros or something, so 15 to 20 euros. You can buy better blankets, like better quality blankets, thicker blankets, bigger blankets. The price goes up like 25 euros, 30, 45, 50 euros as well. But from my experience, 15 euro, 20 euro blankets, which are sometimes even available in 9.99 euros, so 9 euros, 99 cents, they are really good. So in them, you can survive easily your winters. You can survive your summers because they're not thick. You can have your fan on and you can just sleep in them. So I personally wouldn't really recommend you to bring blankets to Germany because they're cheaper here, and it's better that you come here and you feel, okay, that's the temperature that's going to be in the night. So I would like to buy something not too thick, not too thin, somewhere in the middle, and this would also save you a lot of space. The third thing is blanket cover. If you're buying a blanket here, it doesn't make sense that you bring a blanket cover from Germany, but you can do a very smart trick. In IKEA, if you go online on IKEA, you will get to see different dimensions of blankets that you can buy here. And you can already see that a standard size of blanket is this. So I'm not really sure, but a standard size blanket is somewhere 135 centimeters times 100 or something. So that's for one person, absolutely perfect. So if you are planning to buy a blanket here, and since blanket covers are indeed expensive in Germany, even in IKEA, even if you get a discount, I've never seen a decent, good quality, pretty looking blanket cover below 25 bucks in IKEA. Like, you really have to be lucky if IKEA is selling out, or some other shops are selling out blanket covers in 9.99 or 10 euros. But a basic blanket cover starts from around 25 to 30 euros, and that basic probably you won't even enjoy having because it's really basic. It's, for me personally, it's, I would like to have more flowers or butterflies or something that I feel good in, and not like just one single color. At least I'm not one of those people who, I enjoy earthy colors, but not really on blankets. So you can do a research, just like the pillow cover. I said that what kind of standard blanket size is available in IKEA. Irrespective of the thickness, the size is there, and then you can buy 2 blanket covers already in India and bring those with you because they will not really consume much space, and they are cheaper in India. Again, they're good quality cotton. They are also more pretty versions that you can select from, because I think in India, blanket covers, bedsheet covers, and bed covers, and all these things are just way more prettier and cheaper, and at the same time have good quality than in Germany. Germany also has good quality, but then you have to pay high price. The fourth thing, LEDs from India. And by LEDs, I mean, I personally enjoy decorating tiny parts of my home or some corners in my kitchen or in my balcony in my balcony with LEDs. And LEDs in Germany are damn expensive. I realized it for the very first time when like 5-6 years ago, I wanted to decorate my apartment for Christmas, and actually before Christmas, for Diwali. And I just went to market, and for Diwali, Diwali was coming around in October, and in October they just start giving you Christmas stuff, so it's like really expensive. And I was shocked to see that even a 1 meter LED or 2 meters LED with a battery was like 8 to 9 euros. And this blew my mind because in India LEDs are pretty cheaper, and again, they are not only cheaper, they are actually the same quality, and they are even longer. So for 9 to 10 euros in India, you will really get somewhere around 2 to 5 meters of LEDs, at least online or on tiny shops, and they are just working perfectly fine. So if you like LEDs and you like to decorate some items or things or corners in your bedroom, and you want to have it with you, then don't try to buy it here. I would recommend you just buy 1 or 2 LEDs already in India, because that's really cheap, and you then have to just buy batteries here, which is absolutely no problem. The 5th thing is, if you're again a person like me who would like to have pictures of your loved ones, like family members or like your best friends or somebody, your dog or someone, then just print them in India and bring them here. The reason here is not that you cannot print them cheaper. You can actually print pictures really cheaper here in Germany. But the reason why I'm telling you that is, once you have a picture, when you arrive to Germany, you don't go like, okay, today I'm going to print pictures. You know, that's my priority on my priority list in the top 3. So these are the things that come later. But when you come to Germany, you're more like, okay, let me do the documents thing, let me get enrolled in the university, and let me get my visa issues done and sort out registration in the city and so on. And in the meantime, if you don't have pictures, you cannot actually decorate your home. But if you have things like LEDs and pictures, then you can just at least put them temporarily on the wall. And then sooner or later, whenever you get time, you can go to a shop, you can buy a frame, you can put a, how is it called? A nail in the wall. If it is allowed, usually it is allowed, that's not a problem. But if it's allowed, then you can just then slowly get into decoration of your room to the level which you want. But initially, if you have LEDs, if you have pictures, you can just, you know, put them as a thing that if you don't get to talk to your family, you can at least look at the picture and you feel good, you feel homely, you feel like, okay, that's a new place, but I have my tiny corner with pictures and LEDs and plants around, and I can actually look at it and I feel good about it. This brings me to another point. Of course, plants, it's just a sidekick. You will not bring any plants to Germany. But if you want to buy plants, then you can either go to IKEA, but I would recommend you should go to some place like Hornbach or Thum. These are places which have Haushaltsgeräte and Haushaltsitem, which means all the household items, probably and possibly all the ones like plants, paints, staircases, gardening items, and all these things you can get there, and they're much cheaper there, and you have a lot of variety there. So I would recommend that if you want, or you are an extremely plant person, again like me, and if you want to buy plants and you want to decorate, you can go to Thum and you can get these things there. Another thing, from my experience, this is the most important thing that you can do. You should, once before you've done packing your stuff, just once before you've done packing your stuff means you're finished with your stuff, and before you have started packing. So the order is wrong, but before you start packing your stuff, and once you're before finalizing your stuff, go throughout the room and make a list of items that you want to have in your room. So let's say that now in 2 days you want to start packing your stuff. Then just sit quietly and think about, look around your room and see the things that you think you want to pack with you. Write down, wait for 1-2 days, try to read the list once again, and then once you've packed all the items, which I don't mean in your, what is that called, suitcase, in your coffer, but on your bed, you have shortlisted the items and you're like, okay, these are the things I want to take. Think once again and filter out all the unnecessary items that point in that point in time you think are unnecessary, and then put all the ones that you think are necessary on one side, unnecessary on the others, and then start packing the necessary bedroom items in the suitcase. And then slowly, one step after the other, you keep filtering out. Every time you think or you come across, okay, that's what I think is not necessary, this is something that I would really like to have, and so on, and then stay with the bare minimum. And if once you are sure that this is exactly what I need, go to websites or online and Google things that are most essential items that you should bring to Germany. Check your list with them and then see whether they are actually relevant for you or not. Because at the end of the day, each person is different. Everybody's priority is different. You don't want to have something with you just because it was written in a list by somebody, because this might not be important for you and you might not have that limit, that leverage with you. For example, if somebody's traveling from a European country to Germany, they might travel with a car, a big car or a movable big car. They might rent something and you don't have the luxury of doing that. So at the end of the day, even after watching this video, you should always think about yourself, things that are most essential for you. And once you have that list, once you have your items on the side or you have packed them in a suitcase, go through that list once again, go online, check if that's really necessary, if you're missing on something, if you have something extra. And at the end of the day, think for yourself and finish your packing. This brings me to the end of this video. I hope I could clarify certain items and some queries and doubts when it comes to packing for bedroom most essentials. And if there's something that I missed, then just write me in the comments section, because I would love to know all that. Have a good day or evening or night, whenever and whatever time you're watching this video. Much love.